Good morning. Tracy here, Sweet Spot Magazine. I like to just jump right in. Thank you for the subscribers. Thank you for those that comment and interact with me. Thank you for the views, the likes, and the shares. I appreciate everyone, everything. I'm just going to jump right in. For some reason this morning, I feel like it's about not body shaming, but it's like on that type of level where someone tries to shame somebody else for something that's first of all, I feel like someone is trying to shame somebody else for doing the exact same thing that they did. But since they've gone past that, grew over that, outgrew that or whatever, now they want to look at somebody else and go, oh, bad, 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 bad. Kind of like that body shaming. Someone maybe was 500 pounds and then they got that stomach band surgery and they shrunk down to 130, and then they want to sit there and look at other people that may have been at the same plight or whatever, and they want to talk about them. That kind of raw dog skullduggery bullshit. That kind of immature type of bullshit. I think that's the lesson today. Bottom of the deck, create. It's like create. That could be anything. That could be us creating the life that we finally want, us allowing spirit to create the life that we need. This could be us doing something on the physical to create a result that we want. We have follow your bliss, sacred space that came in the upright, and unfolding that came in reverse. So they need to follow their own bliss. They need to find out what they like, what's good to them, what makes them happy, concentrating on them. You have to find that sacred space within yourself that says, if no one else likes what I like, I'm okay with that because I like it. Someone needs to be okay with, you know what? If people say they don't like that, go, bye. Bye, bitch. Like my own life. I was not ever a big person. I grew up with them calling me olive oil, skinny mini, sticks with skis, those types of things. But yet I had a biological sister, a karmic sister, and definitely a toxic karmic mother that were big women. And they would be exercising all the time, doing all this, standing in front of the TV, working out with whatever the guy's name with the afro and the shorts on, the tank top, whatever his name was, Richard Simmons. Yeah. And I would want to get in on it. I would want to exercise with them because I wanted to be a part of the fold. But my mother was like, if you don't get your ass away from here, go sit in. You trying to make fun of somebody. You trying to do this. You trying to do that. You trying to do this. You trying to do that. And I was trying to be accepted. But I was rejected because I wasn't big boned. Because when my mother and my father created me, the genes that I was provided, the genes that God gave to me, were small bone genes. Not the Jeans, but the Genes, genetic genes. Someone is finding that because they are not accepting of themselves, what makes them stand out from everyone else, not caring that no one else likes what they like, that they are accepting of themselves, because someone is not willing to stand 10 toes down to protect what they love. They're allowing themselves to be used. They're allowing themselves almost to be body shamed. They're allowing themselves to be talked out of what makes them feel good, just so that they can accept what felt bad. Someone is seeing that their life is not unfolding like they wanted. They see that their shit is kind of looking pretty rough. It's looking pretty bleak. It's looking really, really dry. And because of that, they are making a major change. This change, it may take weeks, it may take months, depending on the person. It could even take years. But this is not a change that's going to be like, okay, today I feel like doing, nope, I'm forgetting that. Tomorrow I'm doing this. No, this is a gradual change. This is someone that has to look at themselves. They really have to look at themselves. They have to look at everything. And in the middle of it, they have to figure out what makes them happy. Don't worry about nobody else. Don't worry about what nobody else has to say, because when it comes down to it, you have to fight for your own happiness, because no one else is going to fight for your happiness. They're going to fight for theirs. They're going to do what they want. They're going to do what makes them feel good. And then they're going to try and talk you into you feeling good with what they want, as opposed to you receiving and you fighting for and you holding sacred what you want. You being able to stand 10 toes down, no matter what anyone else to say. Once you start that change, that's whenever you start to receive. Not on a 3D, but you start to receive from God, because at that point, you are now honoring yourself and you are in alignment, spiritual alignment. Yeah, somebody, they had to figure out what the real word, the real meaning of body shaming was. And it's not, oh, look at them. It's not that. It's in here. Don't ever be ashamed of who you are. Ever. Knave of Cups. Someone realizes that they were young. They were immature. They were immature whenever it came to this relationship. They were immature whenever it came to doing the things that they needed to do to show that they were 10 toes down in this relationship. They were afraid to stand up. They were afraid to tell people, I love that. I like that. I like the color fuchsia, even if no one else did. I like it when my toes, the paint, the color on their toenails is brown, when no one else likes that shit. It's like this person had to understand, they had to learn the hard way. And I'm feeling like it was a hard lesson. They had to learn the hard way. No, you got to stand up for yourself and what is sacred to you. They had to learn the hard way. It's not about what other people want for you. It's for what you want for you. If you can't speak up for yourself, who do you think is going to speak up for you? Someone had to, and they were called judgment. They were called judgment because they saw that they was not following their own bliss. They weren't following their own spirit guides. They weren't listening to spirit. They weren't listening to their own intuition. They wasn't listening. They was thinking that they was just the cat's meow. They thought that until they came up against a lion. And then that cat said, oh, wait a minute. Let me shut the hell up. Because you can't even hear my little meow meow over that big ass roar. Someone said, let me stop. Let me look at myself. Let me think, what the hell am I really trying to do? Sacred space. They came in right side, and then whenever they hit the table, they went upside down. Or the counter, I mean. We have the Chariot, the Queen of Coins, the Knight of Coins, and the Seven of Coins in that sacred space. Someone is finding that they may have been in a relationship with someone for a long time. Maybe it was a marriage, because I see the Queen of Coins here. But they've been in a relationship. They've been trying to move something forward with someone that they felt was a good choice for a while, for a long time. But they see now it's just not working. Nothing is growing. And it's because they were not honoring their sacred space. It's because they were not following their call. They weren't listening to their own heart. They were just there trying to stay wherever they're at, thinking about something else, having this dreamy look about the life that they really want. But I feel like whenever they woke up one day and realized that, you know what? Confirmation. The stuff is not working out. I'm not happy in this. This is not growing. This is not progressing. I'm having to defend myself here. I'm having to feel like this is a battle. I'm seeing that nothing is working, and it feels like I am in the middle of a battle, just trying to get something to work here. No matter what I do, no matter what I express, no matter how many conversations I say, okay, this is the page that we're trying to be on. We're trying to take care of this, then this, then this, and then we're going to do this. Because if we do this like this, then we're going to have all of this. And the other person is like, okay, got it. You don't have to tell me again. I got it. And the next damn day, that person act like that conversation was never even had and didn't get it. Just like my damn barber. I keep telling him every single time I go to his ass how I want my hair. But every time, he thinks I want it a little bit different. But I told him the last time, you know what? I got something for you the next time you try this shit. And he asked me what? I told him, try it and find out. So before I left, he made sure he went over every single hair follicle on my motherfucking head to make sure he knew how I wanted my hair. How long I wanted it, where I wanted it, how short I wanted it, where I wanted it, how stand uppy, how lay downy, how swervy, how curly, whatever the fuck. Got that shit straight. Because I had to let him see my sacred space is talking to your sacred space. And my sacred space is saying, Tracy wears a size 8 women's shoe, but I can put my foot up in your sacred space and it will feel like it's a size 16 if you don't get my shit straight. What else? Thank you. 4 coins and the Tower. Yeah, someone sees that them holding on to what they thought was what they needed to hold on to, them refusing to be 10 toes down to what they needed to be 10 toes down to, has caused a tower. That's caused everything not to unfold in their life the way that they expected, the way that they wanted. Because they were allowing someone that was toxic, someone that was evil, someone that was not right, someone that had plans and plots and was parts of covens and everything else to get right up in there. And for them to think, oh, this person's got my back. And this person said, yeah, I got your back, all right. I got your back. And since you're willing to stand 10 toes down with me, I got your back so good, I got 10 knives in your back. But they wasn't willing to stand 10 toes down with the one that was standing 10 toes down with them. So it's a shock. They received a hard lesson. They said, you know what? I got to do better. I got to do better. And that's the truth. That is the truth. Someone learned a valuable lesson. Walking around a little stiff because they feel like they just got their ass handed to them on a plate by spirit and the ancestors. But the good news is they handed it to you on a plate. You could have had to pick it up yourself, but they were still loving and gave it to you on a plate. Somebody say, thank you, God, for giving me that plate. King of Wands. What's up with this King of Wands? Is this someone who's deciding to take a leadership position? Is this someone who's deciding to do what's right? Is this someone who's deciding to say, you know what? Fuck everything else. Let me get in here. Let me do my work. Let me be dedicated. This is dedicated to the one I love. That's the song I just heard. Someone is understanding that, you know what, you really do get what you put in. You put in bull crap, you get bull crap back. But the crap that you get back is stinkier than what you put in. 8 of Cups, Queen of Swords, 3 of Wands, and the Page of Swords. Somebody who told the truth walked the hell away. Because they walked away and they gave you a bit of information. They said, let me tell you something about yourself, buddy or girl. This is what you doing. This is what you about to get. And this is what it's going to look like. 3 of Wands and the Page of Swords. Yeah. And they saw. It's like step by step as they kept going further and further and closer to the devil and his toxic ass. They started noticing everything. Not only did they start noticing that what that person had said, but they even started looking back at the person that said this stuff. The person they got mad at, the person that they was not willing to show any type of loyalty or commitment to. They started looking at that person and they saw that person, how that person was progressing, how that person was moving up, how that person had changed their own life. And so now this King of Wands is like, you know what? It's time I change my life. It's time I do what I need to do. Hold on, y'all. Channeling. Getting a little hot. It's time that I do what the hell it is that I need to do. Because this person is sitting there and they're thinking all these times, all these instances, years, examples, people, places, everything. It's coming back and they're thinking, wait a minute. The person that was willing to be there for me no matter what, even when I was wrong, they just told me this is wrong. Get it together. Do better. This is not right. I left them to the wolves. I left them to the wolves because I was too weak to say, you know what? This person is right. This person truly has my back. This person truly cares what happens to me because they are seeing what's right and what's wrong and they are telling me. They're not sugarcoating it. They're saying, no, you're doing it wrong. No. But somebody was too weak. Somebody was too timid. They were too easily led. They were a follower, not a leader. They were a follower. They allowed someone to put some hook up in both of their nostrils and lead them around by their damn nose. Here's that 7 of coins. Something that just wasn't working out. No matter what they tried, they saw. No matter what they tried, they saw. No matter how much energy, how much fire, how much attention they put into it, shit didn't work. And they said, you know what? It's time. It's time for me to leave these rough waters and go on to calmer waters. Because I got me and somebody else that I got to think about. It's not just me. It's me and someone else. I got to go to calmer waters. I have to go to a different land so that I can find my sacred space, so that I can be in my sacred space, so that I can honor my sacred space, so I can honor myself. And feel like I don't have to protect myself, like I'm not in a battle, because it's like this person is tired. They are tired. They feel like this King of Coins and this 10 of Wands. This person feels like no matter what they were trying, shit wasn't working out. It was just battle after battle after battle. Upset after upset after upset. Overwhelming situation after overwhelming situation after overwhelming situation. They finally said, you know what? Deuces. 2 of these and 1 of these. Deuces. I'm out. Can't do this no more. Can't do this no more. No, this person didn't say I can't do this anymore. This person said I don't want to do this anymore. Because they could have kept going until they found themselves 6 feet under. But then they realized the magnitude of this, and they said they don't want to do this any longer. The Knight of Cups, the Hierophant, and the 8 of Coins. So, some conversation that they had with themselves, with their own higher self, with their own spirit, putting themselves in their own spiritual alignment, finding their own sacred space. This conversation that they had, they lovingly took this to God, and God said, work on you, boo. What is it you like to do? Work on that. Work on getting your life right. Work on getting you straight. You work on you feeling like you no longer have to be in the battle. Work to set yourself free. You owe that to yourself. As opposed to you allowing everyone else to look at you like you just a fool. When you stand up for yourself, when you have the nerve, the kahunas to tell somebody, oh, hell no, it ain't happening like that. That makes that person go, wait. Oh, and even if the person goes, oh, yes, it is. No, it's not. You come on, put something on this motherfucker. Come on, put something on it. Cause I'm not afraid to get down. I wear my crown straight on my head. You think that you big and bad and you can knock this crown? Step across this line. Come on. I double dare you to step across this line. Cause see, when you put it to them like that, they like, you know what? I don't even want to go across that line because I don't know what that crazy bee got. That's right. You don't know who the hell you dealing with. And you better figure that shit out from me to the next person, to the next person, to the next person. You can be a fool, but you ain't treating me like I'm no fool. I'm going the direction that I need to go that works for me. You want to sit there and you want to act like you stupid and continue to get used and abused and misused and led and ultimately dead. You go right the fuck on. You go right ahead. Somebody was afraid to get loud. They was afraid to cause a little bit of an imbalance. They was afraid to put it down, let them know I'm wearing that crown. They was afraid to show that they love themselves first and foremost. And if you didn't love them first, they didn't care. If you didn't love them at all, they don't give a damn. Because they got everything that they need. Right where they're standing. In their own shoes. In their own JEANS that they got on. They got it all. Already. They don't need the crowd. They don't need the crowd to prove who they are. When I come, the party starts. When I leave, the party is over. Someone saw that they created an imbalance in their own life, and that's why stuff was not unfolding the way that they had thought, wanted, or planned. King of Swords, the Ten of Swords. Someone told them. Someone said, you better honor yourself. If you want your life to be happy, if you want this in your life, if you want that in your life, whatever it is that you want, you have to speak up. You have to decide when you've had enough, when there's no more knives that you want in your back. That's your choice. And someone is recognizing that that's them not speaking up, not holding it down, not being 10 toes down, and got them 10 swords in their own back. They see this. I can see clearly now. The rain is gone with the sun card. They see this. Not only do they see this, but they're thinking about it. Not only are they thinking about it, they don't want this for theirs because they have a child. They have a child or some children, and they want their child or their children to be happy, and they want to be able to defend their child, and they want their child to be able to defend themselves and to hold them down while they holding their child down, and for their child to grow up to be not afraid to be stand 10 toes down for them. So this person is gone within, and they're thinking about everything. They're thinking about how they was acting like a fool towards somebody that was standing for them. Dang it, I think I gave myself a bruise. Hit my leg. I should have hit the counter. They're thinking about this. This is all they can think about. They're thinking about how they left somebody to the wolves. How they left them to the wolves. It's King of Cups, it's Seven of Cups in the tower. This is somebody that they were supposed to love. This is somebody they were supposed to support. This is somebody they were supposed to. I got your back. You got my back, dog. We you eight spoon coons. We love us forever and everything. Whatever. But this is somebody who refused to deal with their emotions, who refused to accept that they even had any emotions for this person, who was clearly confused, and how that confusion led to this: their own tower. Their own tower. There's that change. There's that change. Because they want something different. They don't want the same of what they gave out. They know they cannot handle that. They know they ain't about that life. They know what they dished out to someone else for that person to handle. They know they would not even be able to handle it. They would have been already 6 feet under by half of the shit that they did. Somebody wants to come forth and they want to have a conversation. They want to have an adult, grown folk conversation now. They got some stuff they want to get off their chest. They want to let somebody know, I've been thinking about some shit. I understand some shit now. And I do apologize. I understand that it was my heart that I broke, not yours. I disappointed God, not you. Did I let God down, not you? Everything that they're feeling with that regret, with that remorse because of that 3 of Swords, they understand that was a direct insult to God and not to you. Because you didn't insult God. They did. So that's why God is handing them their ass on the plate, not you. All you did was tell them the truth about the situation. All you did was share some clarity about the situation. All you did was try and bring that person up on game because they was new to the game and they found out that you was true to the mother trucking game. When you're hot, you're hot. When you're not, you're not. We're hot. You're not. They found out they wasn't about that life. They wasn't about that game. They found out that everything that they thought they knew, they don't know shit. They don't know how you know everything that you know, but they know that they don't know a damn thing about nothing. I'm telling you, someone is trying to come. They want to have a conversation. I'm telling you, they're like, listen, baby, 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 what's it gonna be tonight? They're like, hey, I've been working on myself, Bo. I've been working on myself. I got something special I want to say to you. I want us to have a new beginning. I want you to have faith and trust in me. I have changed. I changed. I remember. Do you remember the time? I remember. Somebody remembers how you told them the truth. How you told them about everything else that was going to happen. How you told them possibly about somebody else that was a liar or something like that. And how this person said, I can't see that. I just cannot see it happening like that. I think that you're making this shit up. Okay. All right. Whatever. Okay, player. Okay. Cool. It's all good. It's all good in the neighborhood. But now somebody wants to spin the block. Now they want to come back to the neighborhood. Now they want to say, remember that stuff that you told me? Everything that I said, you must be out your damn mind. All of that shit happened. Every last part of it happened. Every last part. To the part of that person tying their damn shoes. Every part of it happened. And I had to go within. I had to check myself. I had to catch myself. Because as it was happening, and it wasn't happening as they thought it was going to happen. It was happening in other ways, but when they thought about it, when they looked back on it and they saw it, they was like, damn! This shit happened exactly like she said. This person did not lie. She knew what she was talking about. She said it was going to happen on a Tuesday. Damn if it didn't happen on a Tuesday. She said between 6 and 6:15. Damn, it was 6:11 when the shit happened. She said somebody gonna have on the color blue. It was baby blue, but it was still within the blue family. She said the shoes was not gonna match, and damn, they came out the house in the house slipper and a tennis shoe. Damn, if that shit didn't happen, just like she said, Shazam! Somebody else feeling like a big ass fool. Because they was following the crowd. Instead of following somebody who said, baby, don't do it like that. You wrong. You wrong. And until you get it right, your shit's going to continue to go wrong. Somebody wants to spin the block. Somebody wants to come home. Somebody wants to come home. Because that other home, the one that they thought was the big castle, see, they wasn't happy with this one. They wanted to live in this shit. And now that they living in this shit and they see how this shit is happening, they want to go back to the little one. They want to go back to the little house on the prairie. But they're afraid. Because once you show your entire ass, once you pull the pants all the way down and turn around and show the entire ass, it's kind of hard to have to pull them back up. Especially if you got a little bit bigger. With that ego and that pride, it's hard to kind of squeeze into them and zip them up and button them again. And walk comfortably back to the little house on the prairie because you're feeling like, oh my God, this waistband is so damn tight I can barely breathe. But somebody wants to spin the block. Somebody has decided it's time for them to make a change. It's time for them to speak up and to speak the truth. It's time for them to grow the cojones. It's time for them to let the little nuggets drop. Someone decided it's time for them to say to the world, to give them the sweet spot gang signs. 2 of these and 1 of these, motherfucker. To the world and say, y'all can kiss my ass. If you don't want to kiss my ass, you can stick it where the sun don't shine. It's up to you. You got your choice. But I know where I need to go. I know who I need to be with. I know Gabriel is blowing this horn and Gabriel is saying, get your ass home. Get your ass home. And don't you ever go back to that burning and fire, towering and fire inferno again. That burning piece of, get your ass, Spirit is like, get your ass home. You know how you had the parents at the bell, get your ass home. Pop, pop, get your ass home. Get home. Get home. Somebody's running home screaming the entire way. Thank you for the plate, God. Thank you for the plate. Thank you for handing me my ass on the plate. I appreciate the plate. Because they now see what was balanced and what was not balanced. They now see what they should have held up and what they should have put down. They now see what they should have stood 10 toes down with and what they should have gained them sweet spot gang signs to. Someone is, they clear. Crystal clear. And that ass whooping that they got, they know that shit was justified. Justified and just in the nick of time to kick them in they just behind so that they can just get on their way and just get the hell home to where they need to go. Wherever their home is. In here. Their sacred space. Their sacred space. Someone sees now, I need to put up some strong boundaries. I need to tell people not a regular no, but a hell no. Someone sees now, they need to stop acting like they know it all and pull themselves down a bit and understand that they don't know shit. None of us do. We all get our own guidance when we reach up to God. When we ask God for that. God is the one that gives us. See this, and this? Don't they look alike? It's that connection that we got with God. That's who giving us the answers. Not the knucklehead that we can reach out and touch. Not that person. We get it from God. We can't listen to someone who's over there, up there, back there, over there, behind there. We can't listen to that because guess what? They don't know. They may have been through something kind of similar. They may have been through something that sounds eerily alike. But when it comes to how you handle a situation and it comes to how they handle a situation, someone needed to understand that they are two different people, two different paths, two different lives. You could ask for someone's opinion, and you can even hear them when they're sharing their opinion. But when it comes down to making the decision, which is not based on an opinion, that's where the facts come in. Don't sit there and say, well, I think. Because if you're sitting there saying, well, I think I should do this, that's the wrong way. But if you can sit there and say, you know what, I know I'm doing it. This is what I know I need to do 100%. Then that's from God. And it's not an easy calling. It's not an easy answer. It never is. Because God always tells us the answers that we need so that we can change, so that we can grow, so that we can morph into, so that we can ascend. He always gives us the easy answer, but it's the hardest action to take. God doesn't say if we're being used and abused and misused and put down and left to the wolves and disregarded, disrespected, all the disses. God doesn't say stay there. God says leave. The devil says stay there. Where you going to go? You know nobody wants you. You're going to go by and be lonely by yourself. You're going to just be over there by you and all of these people that are having fun together over here. You're going to do that? Stop it, stomach. I know. I'm going to feed you in a minute. I did. God said, leave them lying, sleazy, greasy motherfuckers right where they stand. Leave all of them. Every last one of them. And there's only one that I will even allow, even give an opportunity, even give a half of a motherfucking chance to come back. One! But if that person cannot see the error of their ways, if that person want to act like they still walking around with their ass all up on their shoulders, like they ain't got to answer to nobody, like they just got the damn thing and running with it, that one will never come back because I won't allow it. God told me that I went through some unnecessary bullshit at the hands of some people that had some demonic spirits attached to them. So tough, they couldn't see it. They couldn't see it. That's why God said, leave them greasy, lying, weasel motherfuckers right where they stand. Because I'm taking all of their asses down. Even the ones who sat there and watched you get abused and refused to say something. Them bitches is guilty by association. God don't give us the easy answer. God gives us the truth. God tells us what to do. It's the hard, it's the truth we don't want to understand. That's why we think it's hard, but it's not. It's super duper simple. It's super duper easy. Because once we accept and follow God's plan for us, trust and believe, there's nothing that we have to worry about. There's nothing that we don't have. Because he puts it all out there. He says, well done, my child. What you need? You need this? Here you go. You need this? Here you go. You want this? I'm going to give this to you, baby, because I see you've been good. Don't fret about nothing, because I got you. I got you protected. You are more spiritually protected than what you can see here on the 3D, because in the 5D and in the 7D, baby, they up there, everybody is kung fu fighting for you. Them cats is fast as lightning. Okay? They not getting away with nothing. What else? What else, Spirit? Thank you. Thank you. Here she is, Queen of Swords. Someone is like, oh my gosh. Someone told me the truth. Someone gave me so much love. Someone gave me so much attention. Someone cared for me so much. And I didn't see it, but now I see it. Now I see that that Queen of Swords deserved a lot more respect than what she received, because no matter what, she came just. She came true. She was being honest. She wasn't playing games. She wasn't trying to be sneaky. She wasn't trying to be conniving or conning or nothing like that. She was saying, you know what? You have a decision that you need to make if you want to be happy. If you truly want to be happy, you have a decision that you need to make. Instead of sitting here thinking that, oh my gosh, I don't have this, I don't have that, I don't have this, I don't have that. She said, you better look at what you do have. That's how you know when you're happy, when you appreciate what you do have, as opposed to looking at what you don't have. It's whenever you have that and you are loving, when you keep that hope, you keep that faith, you keep pouring into God, and God is pouring into you, and you're able to pour into others and have that flow of life continue to go. Because you appreciate and you're thanking God for everything that you have. You are openly thanking God for everything, and you are connecting. Someone is looking at that now. They see this. They started doing some work. They started investigating. You can't make this up. They started doing some work. They started investigating stuff. They started looking at the people that they was around. They started looking at the people that they felt like they may have had to protect themselves from. Could be a father, could be a grandfather, could be a great-grandfather, could be somebody who they look up to. They see somebody that they had to take themselves away from because that person was not a true King of Pentacles. That person may have acted like they had something. They was going to whatever rent-a center and renting shit. They was renting the rims, renting the tires, renting the car, renting the furniture, renting clothes. But that other person did not see that. They wasn't using their intuition. They felt like, oh, look at all of this glorious, grand, golden shit around me. This person must know exactly what to do. But they did. They went down and they rented all that shit. And someone is sitting there thinking, oh, look at all this stuff, until they come by one day and they're like, well, damn, where the car? Where the furniture? Where this? Where's that? Someone says, I rented all that. What? Rented? You can rent shit like that? Someone sees now they needed to have some more love within themselves. They needed to accept that cup of love that God was giving them. That star was not just a regular star in the sky. That was the North Star. That star was the star that was there to help them. All they had to do was just reach up and touch that star. But they made it so bad that they can't do nothing. All they can do is be upset. Be upset about who they fumbled, what they fumbled, why they fumbled it. Someone is, they're understanding what it means to be 10 toes down. They're understanding what loyalty is about. It's too many. They're understanding these words that they know how to say. They know how to spell them. They know how to... They kind of know what they mean, but they weren't really sure of what they meant until now. Now they understand, since they've been out in the cold, since they've been cast out, since their money's been messed up. Now they're understanding what justice is. Now they're understanding who's really poor and who's really rich. And it has nothing to do with the amount of money that someone has in the pocket. They're understanding that rich spirit comes from within. That inheritance is nothing that's going to hit your bank account ever. Because it's hit all up in this bank account. This is your inheritance. Your soul. Your spirit. Your mind. Your peace. Your joy. Your happiness. The love that you are able to freely give and freely receive. That is your inheritance. Not that other bullshit that they lied to you about. Not that the other bullshit that they said, come on, if you don't make this decision, if you don't make the right decision, you're going to be upset. And guess what? You made the decision that went against somebody, that went against your own inheritance. Aren't these 9 swords? 7 and 2. You were still upset. Because you didn't honor yourself. You let God down, thinking that you was going to do something to somebody else, not knowing that other person had already made their decision, that God told me to get away from y'all crazy motherfuckers, and guess what I'm doing? So while somebody else was trying to be sneaky, trying to think that they was going to have you all up in your head, they found out they was the one that was actually left out in the cold. They was the one that passed up their own inheritance. Because God said, you know what? What's funny is you think just because your bank balance says 4, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, dot period, period 0, 0, that I can't shut that shit down? I don't even need an hour. I don't even need 10 minutes. I don't even need 1 minute. All I got to do is just, Carmisha! Yeah, God? Can you do me a favor? Anything for you, Big Daddy? Shut that shit down. Carmisha said, bloop. Anything else? He was like, I'll call you later, boo. And all those 0, 0, 0, dollars, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, and 0, 0, 0 that you had in your bank account, it's still in that account, but guess how much you can get out of it? comma 000 comma 000. I thought you knew. I thought you was hip on the game. I thought you was OG like that. Your boys didn't tell you? Your girls didn't say nothing? Hmm? Hmm? They didn't warn you? They didn't be like, oh, whoa, don't do it like that. Not unless you like plates with your own ass on them. Somebody found out that those friends that they was hanging around, those partners that they was hanging around, those family members that they thought that had everything that they was hanging around, those bad influences that they was hanging around were just that. Bad influences. They weren't even keeping it real with themselves, so they damn sure wasn't going to keep it real with you. Somebody found out that body shaming is not a good thing. That's just somebody who's out to try and deceive somebody, try and make somebody feel a certain way because they feel a certain way, trying to bully somebody, trying to do all this stupid stuff that is not going to work. Somebody needed to understand that the one that they needed to work with is the one who was working with them. Working with them to get them to see the higher side of themselves, to be in alignment with God, to work with what God has for them, to appreciate what God has for them. But they didn't see it that way. Now they're forced to see it this way. Because after they allowed themselves to play themselves, to break their own heart, to disappoint God, and to make God sad, it's like they had to go within. They had to find their light. They had to find the truth. They had to make a different decision to go in a new direction. They had to be determined that no matter what, they're going to stand 10 toes down for what and who they believe in. That they're going to honor those in the past that gave to them, those that helped them, that was there for them. That's who they're going to honor. That's who has that inheritance. That's where that inheritance comes from. We'll grab a few more. Try and post this morning. Hopefully it doesn't take longer than an hour to post. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. God said, don't even seek revenge. Just let it go. Whatever it is, just let go of the ugly past because it is over. And just remember, moving on, that you are still new to the game and God is truly true to the game. That you don't have those answers, that you can't sit there and expect to follow someone else's guide because that person don't know. How do you know that when you ask someone, what would you do when that person gives you that good advice, they're not telling you the worst advice to fuck you up on purpose? Because people do that. People do it. It says, when you participate in a hateful mob, expect to be part of the fire that God casts down on you. Isn't that what I said? God said, step away from them fools, because I'm getting ready to tag their asses. If you don't know your spiritual rank, you should be aware. Beware if you don't know your spiritual rank in this world. You better wonder who the fuck you are. Or you better ask yourself, who do you think you are? Spirit said you better go on about your business. Don't seek revenge. Go on about your business. Somebody didn't get the message before, but they're getting it now. And they are exiting stage left. Someone is ready to ascend. They are ready to graduate. Because no matter what, somebody else has been caught red-handed, giving bad advice, purposely trying to fuck somebody up, purposely trying to lead someone astray, purposely trying to do their crazy bullshit because they wanted someone to be stuck in a position so that they could feel better about themselves. So that they could feel like, oh, I got something above this person. No. Instead of you trying to keep someone else down, why don't you work on yourselves to build yourself up? I don't get it. I don't get it. I just don't get it. I mean, this is like even, it's making me feel or remember my toxic mother and her shenanigans. I mean, can you imagine being born of someone and the day that you were born, it's like they hate you? Voila. Can you imagine being 2, 3, 4, 5, and your mother treating you as if you are the other woman because you're getting attention from your dad? Here we go. Can you imagine that your mother cast you out because as a child you looked like your dad, and then as an adult you started looking like your mother? But because you were your father's child, she really hated you. Because your father never truly loved her. Here you go. Can you imagine your mother sleeping with a boyfriend, thinking that, oh, that's the one. She's going to be so upset. And then trying to establish this relationship with this crazy lunatic that you haven't even liked and haven't liked in years. But she's trying to create some or keep some crazy ass lunatic relationship with some crazy ass lunatic, thinking that it was going to hurt you, only to find out that wasn't even who you loved. That wasn't even who you liked. The one that you loved, the one that you cared for, the one that you liked, she's never even met, never even talked to, didn't even have an idea what that person's name was. Someone who was afraid to do their own work, who destroyed themselves trying to destroy you, who cast themselves out trying to cast you out, who decided to take a direct path to hell because they wanted you to live a life of hell. Isn't it funny? Someone is tired of feeling like other people can shame them for what they want, for who speaks to their heart, for who touches their soul, and who ministers to their spirit. Someone is tired of somebody else's bullshit because they know that's all it is. It's bullshit. Someone is making the change. A change for the good. They're taking their time. They're taking some time out. They're looking at everything new. They're changing the where the furniture is placed in the house. They're changing the route that they take to work. They're changing everything that they can change so that their life is different. And that last change that they have to make, that last change that they have to surrender to, so that they can finally get right with God, so that they can make their amends to God, is the person that they thought that they were hurting, the person that they thought that they were holding back, the person they thought that they were excluding, the person that they were going to be playing these mind tricks on. That person, they have to go back. That's the one they have to apologize to. Some people like heat. Some people like the fire. Some people like the damnation. Some people like the excitement of their skin constantly on fire, their spirit constantly on fire. Some people like that they don't have a soul, but this person, this one, they have a soul. They woke up. And their soul is like, get me the fuck up out of here.